Hi, Chevra. In addition to the other Pesach updates that are in this email, I wanted to take a couple of minutes to share some thoughts about the question around Zooming our Sedarim, which is a very interesting and important issue that's come up over the last couple of days. I preferred not to put this in writing, but to share it kind of virtually face to face. And I'm going to ask your apologies if it looks like I'm reading, because I am. I wanted to get the language just the way I wanted it. And I want to also say that Rabbanit Alyssa and I have talked about this at great length, and what I'm going to share represents the approach that we're both taking together. The disruption of our Pesach Sedarim this year will be a profound wound. Our inability to celebrate with family and friends in the way that we normally do will really hurt. It will deprive us of a significant source of joy, making what is already a trying and difficult time even more so. Understandably and appropriately, the question of utilizing Zoom technology to link friends and family virtually during the Seder is being discussed among Jews and among poskim. The ideas being discussed revolve around halachic leniencies that could be employed, assuming that we turn the technology on before Chag begins and don't actively manipulate it at all once Chag has begun, which of course also limits its feasibility to the first Seder only. There has even been a formal psak, as many people know, made by a group of Sephardic rabbis in Israel, taking a permissive position if the circumstances warranted. The question that I, in close consultation with Rabbanit Alyssa, want to take a moment to address is how, in practical terms, to approach this important and profound halachic question. In my mind, it lays out this way. 1. We've all made the halachic decision that we won't use technology on Shabbat and Yom Tov generally, absent extenuating circumstances. The great poskim have made that decision, we have accepted that decision, and we all intuitively understand the havoc and destruction that freely using technology on Shabbat and Chag would wreak on our holy times. At the same time, built into the hardware of halakha is the need and the importance of assessing extenuating circumstances and determining the impact they should have on our normative halachic practices. Sometimes extenuating circumstances create their own halachic weight and effectively outweigh some normative halachic rules and concerns. This is true in all areas of halachic practice, in the laws of kashrut, the laws of tefillah, the laws of nidah, truly in every realm of halachic life. The question being asked right now is, what is the halachic weight of the social disruption of our Sedarim, and how should that weight impact our normative practice in this particularly unusual moment in time? The answer to that question is complex, simply because different people are going to be experiencing this disruption differently. Different people are going to be experiencing differing degrees of distress. Some of these will carry the requisite halachic weight for overriding normative halachic practice, and some, in fact, the significant majority, will not rise to that level. To be a little more specific, Sari and I are sad and disappointed that our children and our granddaughter will not be around the Seder table with us this year. But we have each other. Yakir is with us as well. And there would be no halachic justification whatsoever for us to Zoom our other children in. At the other end of things, there are people who would be utterly isolated and depressed, or elderly people for whom connection to children and grandchildren is a critical, life-giving source of joy. These are people who may be facing much more than mere sadness and disappointment. They could be experiencing deep mental or emotional anguish, even potentially dangerously so. These are situations of enormous and powerful halachic weight. This is why Rabbanit Alyssa and I urgently invite you to talk to us about your particular circumstance so that we can together make the right decision for your particular case. We do not think that Zooming the Seder is a decision to be taken lightly or without rabbi-congregant consultation. My friends, we have hitched our wagon to halacha into its systems, and we believe in its ability to create and maintain a sacred community, both over the long term and in exigent moments. Let's trust it. Let's work together as clergy and community to apply the halacha to the particulars of our circumstances right now. It is our tree of life, and we will hold on to it.